Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel, Mr. Loons, and today we're doing Week 10 predictions of the Barclays Premier League. And we're going to start off on the 30th of October, on the Saturday. Leicester City are home against Arsenal, 2-2. Leicester have been on good form with a 4-2 win against Manchester United and a 2-1 win against Brentford. And Arsenal did recently win 3-1 against Aston Villa. Aubameyang and Lacazette possibly on form, because they're slowly getting in the gist of things. Maybe they're going to be back. Maybe Arsenal's going to progress. I think they'll finish in a comfortable slot of 7th in this season. Leicester, I think they'll probably finish in 5th. And I think they are probably a better team. But I think it's going to be a very close game between these two sides. 2-2. They've got very good teams, but to be fair, if there was going to be a winner, it'll be either of them. So because of that, 2-2. Moving on, Watford versus Southampton, 0-0. Now, Watford, absolutely brilliant. 5-2 against Everton. Everton did make those two silly errors, which we'll get onto later in the video. But Watford did very well to score 5 goals against Everton. And they were also away. Did pretty well. But Southampton like to draw. And also, it's another team that I always think probably have 0-0 draws all the time. And Southampton last game, they drew 2 against Burnley. Again, another draw. But I don't think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be 0-0. None of the teams are going to score. It's going to be one of those boring 0-0 results. Let's move on. Liverpool against Brighton and Hove Albion. 3-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool, amazing game against Manchester United. 5-0. Absolutely brilliant. Manchester United obviously didn't play the best at all. They haven't done in recent form. But could Brighton do something against Liverpool? No. They couldn't do anything against Man City, so they probably can't do anything against Liverpool. I think it's going to be a pretty comfortable 3-0 Liverpool win. But Brighton do have a good squad, but I don't think enough yet to actually get any points against those big top clubs. We're going to move on. Newcastle United home against Chelsea. 2-1 to Chelsea. Yes, I know it looks like quite a close result, but in my opinion, Newcastle would just sneak on a random goal. But I think Chelsea have it in the bag. Easy game. No chance for Newcastle even getting the win. Obviously, they've got positivity all round, you know. Callum Wilson returning, getting 2 goals in the last 2 games. I think he'll probably get a goal here. Steve Bruce sacked. A new owner. They do have really good positivity, but they can't really sign anyone until January. So they're probably going to be pretty much the same throughout till January. But yeah, Chelsea are just too good. There's no way Newcastle, they're in relegation, so there's no way they'll even get a point against Chelsea. Moving on, Manchester City are home against Crystal Palace, 3-1 to City. Now, Crystal Palace are a good team, getting a 1-1 draw against Newcastle United. And can I say, it was actually a really good bicycle kick by Callum Wilson. Very good. Nearly forgot to mention that, but that was superb. Man City, too good. They won 4-1 against Brighton. Brighton and Crystal Palace are pretty even. Crystal Palace have had a good transfer window, Asta. I always say that. Good side, Crystal Palace. Don't think it's good enough to go against Man City, though. I know they did draw 3-0 against Liverpool, I believe. But I don't think they can do it against Man City. I think Man City are going to be on the ball. They're on good form. They can go and get that win. Moving on, Burnley against Brentford. 3-1 to Brentford. Burnley have not been doing well. They obviously did manage to get an away point against Southampton, but Southampton aren't the best of clubs. Burnley, they do still have Sean Dyche. The squad is pretty old. Got Ben Mee at the back. You know, you got Nick Pope. You got some decent players. The defence ain't too bad, but Brentford, in recent form, they have been pretty decent since coming up, and I think they're going to be able to get an easy win against Burnley. I think it would be probably a 1-1 draw at half-time, but I think Brentford are just going to play really well, get a goal, then Burnley's heads are going to fall down and they'll be able to break away. Moving on, Spurs versus Manchester United, 1-1. I don't know these two clubs. They've been on poor form, 100%. Not at all. Manchester United, absolutely dreadful. Don't know what's going on there, but they have to improve. Both clubs. Spurs losing against West Ham. I did actually predict that. But Spurs, what have they got? A 3-2 win against Newcastle. Not really the best. You know, they're looking a bit shaky. Other than Son, Dombele and Kane. Don't see any good players. There might be a few other good players, but it's definitely enough that I think if they keep this form up, they won't get into top 6, but I think they will improve. But I think this is probably a point where both teams would really want to get. So 1-1 draw, both teams in bad form, they're both going to get a point and going to have to try and rebuild from here. Moving on, a whole new day, 31st of October, Norwich City are home against Leeds United, 2-0 to Leeds United. Norwich City lost 7-0 to Chelsea, absolute woeful, absolute terrible. Don't know what's going on there. Leeds United got a 1-1 draw. Joe Gelhardt came on, won them a penalty, skidding past 2 of their players. Absolute beautiful. Absolute love that from Joe Gelhardt. He's going to be a really good player in the future, at least I hope. You know, had a chance as well in the game. But he won that penalty. Lovely from Leeds. Cannot see Norwich getting any points against Leeds, especially after that 7-0 loss. But I think they will start picking up a few points, but not right now. Moving on, Aston Villa versus West Ham United. I'm going to say 1-1. Aston Villa have been on pretty poor form, but I think they'll get back with a point against West Ham. West Ham, on the other hand, have been on good form. 1-0 win against Everton and a 1-0 win against Spurs. Pretty decent. But I think Aston Villa are going to be determined to get something in this game. So it's going to be 1-1. Moving on to a whole new month, whole new day. 1st of November, Wolverhampton Wanderers are home against Everton FC. And I'm going to say 2-1 to the home Wolves. Now, Wolves do have a good side. I don't think they're going to get top 10, but I think they're going to be on good form. Everton, I think this is probably going to be their last loss before getting a point. I think, to be fair, their next game after this is against Spurs, so I think they probably can pick up a point against Spurs. They haven't been on the best shape. I think they'll be able to. I think that's where they're going to rebuild from that point. But I think Wolves are in really good shape, really good form. I think, other than the 1-1 Leeds draw, it's been absolutely amazing. I think they'll go in and win that game. That is going to be the end of my video. Hopefully you can like and subscribe, and always remember to turn on notifications to never miss one of my fantastic YouTube videos. I will see you next time. Goodbye.